Hey there, folks. Stephen Colbert here, and tonight we're diving into a real head-scratcher: liberty versus equality. Sounds like a heavyweight title fight, right? In one corner, we've got liberty, the freedom to do our own thing, be our own people. It's the bedrock of America, the land of the free and the home of the... Well, you know the rest. Then in the other corner, we've got equality, the idea that everyone deserves a fair shot, a level playing field, regardless of background, beliefs, or bank account. It's about justice, fairness, and making sure everyone has the opportunity to succeed. But here's the catch. Can these two ideals actually coexist? Can we have maximum freedom without sacrificing equality? And can we strive for absolute equality without trampling on individual liberties? These are the million-dollar questions, folks, and they've been debated by philosophers, politicians, and regular Joes like you and me for centuries. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to embark on a wild ride through the tangled web of liberty and equality. We'll explore their definitions, their differences, and the inevitable clashes that arise when these two titans collide. Not so fast. Now you might be thinking, Stephen, my man, aren't liberty and equality two sides of the same coin? And it's a fair point. They're often mentioned in the same breath, like peanut butter and jelly, or Simon and Garfunkel. But hold your horses, because things aren't always as cozy as they seem. Sure, on the surface, liberty and equality might look like BFFs. After all, freedom allows us to pursue our own versions of happiness, and equality ensures that everyone has a chance to join the pursuit. But dig a little deeper, and you'll find that these two ideals can sometimes be at odds. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. You might get it in there, but it's going to be a tight squeeze. Think about it. Absolute freedom for one person could mean limited freedom for another. Imagine a world with no rules, no regulations, just pure, unadulterated liberty. Sounds like fun, right? But in this scenario, the strong could easily exploit the weak, the rich could lord it over the poor, and the pursuit of individual freedom could quickly turn into a free-for-all. That's where equality comes in. It's the check and balance to unbridled liberty, the voice that whispers, hold on a minute, let's make sure everyone has a fair shot at this. Equality levels the playing field, ensuring that everyone has access to the same opportunities, regardless of their background or circumstances. It's about creating a society where everyone can thrive, not just the privileged few. So, we've established that liberty and equality aren't always joined at the hip. But before we dive into their complex relationship, let's take a closer look at each concept, starting with liberty. Now, liberty might seem like a simple idea. It's about freedom, right? But like a late-night infomercial, there's more to it than meets the eye. You see, there are actually two main flavors of liberty: negative liberty and positive liberty. Think of them as the Coke and Pepsi of the freedom world. Both refreshing, but with slightly different tastes. Negative liberty, as the name suggests, is all about freedom something. It's the freedom from interference, from coercion, from someone telling you what to do. It's the right to live your life as you see fit, as long as you're not harming anyone else. Positive liberty, on the other hand, is about freedom to do something. It's the freedom to pursue your goals, to develop your talents, to reach your full potential. It's about having the resources and opportunities to make your dreams a reality. Think of it this way. Negative liberty is like having a car. It gives you the freedom to go where you want, when you want. Positive liberty is like having the gas money to actually drive the car. Now, both types of liberty are important, but they can sometimes be at odds. For example, some people might argue that high taxes infringe on their negative liberty by limiting their freedom to keep the fruits of their labor. Others might counter that those taxes are necessary to fund social programs that provide everyone with the positive liberty to access healthcare, education, and other essential services. It's a delicate balancing act, folks. And finding the sweet spot between negative and positive liberty is one of the biggest challenges facing any society. Section 4, Equality. It's not as simple as it sounds. All right, now that we've untangled the complexities of liberty, let's turn our attention to its partner in crime, equality. Now, at first glance, equality might seem like a no-brainer. Who wouldn't want a world where everyone is treated fairly and has the same opportunities? But hold on a second, because the concept of equality is a bit like a Russian nesting doll. There's always more to it than meets the eye. You see, there are different types of equality, each with its own nuances and implications. Let's start with equality of opportunity. This one's pretty straightforward. It's the idea that everyone should have an equal chance to succeed in life, regardless of their background. It's about leveling the playing field so that everyone has access to the same education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. Then there's equality of outcome, which focuses on the end result rather than the starting point. It's about ensuring that everyone ends up with a similar level of wealth, income, and social standing. Think of it as the difference between everyone having the same size slice of cake versus everyone having a fair shot at getting a slice. And finally, we have legal equality, which is all about ensuring that everyone is equal in the eyes of the law. It means that everyone has the same rights and freedoms and that no one is above the law regardless of their social status, wealth, or connections. Now, you might be wondering, Stephen, why does it matter which type of equality we're talking about? Well, my friend, it matters because different types of equality can sometimes conflict with each other and even with liberty itself. Section 5. When freedom rings, does everyone hear it? We've unpacked liberty, we've dissected equality, and now it's time to bring these two titans together and see how they interact. And spoiler alert, it's complicated. On the one hand, liberty and equality can be complementary forces working together to create a more just and prosperous society. Think about it. When people are free to pursue their own goals and dreams, they're more likely to innovate, create, and contribute to the common good. And when everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed, it unleashes a wave of human potential that benefits society as a whole. For example, the civil rights movement in the United States was a testament to the power of liberty and equality working in tandem. By fighting for equal rights and opportunities for African Americans, the movement not only advanced the cause of racial justice, but also strengthened American democracy and expanded the circle of freedom for all. But here's the rub, the relationship between liberty and equality isn't always a harmonious one. In fact, there are times when these two ideals collide head-on, creating tension and conflict. One of the biggest challenges is ensuring that the pursuit of individual liberty doesn't come at the expense of equality. When some individuals or groups have significantly more liberty than others, whether it's due to wealth, social status, or discrimination, it can create an uneven playing field that undermines equality of opportunity. It's like a foot race where some runners get a head start while others are forced to wear lead shoes. Section 6. The tug of war where liberty and equality clash. So far, we've explored how liberty and equality can be both friends and foes. But let's get down to brass tacks and examine some specific areas where these two ideals lock horns. One of the most contentious battlegrounds is the realm of economics. Capitalism, the economic system that underpins much of the Western world, is often hailed as a champion of liberty. It allows individuals to own property, start businesses, and pursue their economic interests with minimal government interference. But capitalism also has a knack for generating vast disparities in wealth and income. This concentration of wealth in the hands of a few can erode equality of opportunity, as those born into privilege have a leg up in life, while those born into poverty face an uphill battle. Now, some argue that this is simply the price of freedom, that any attempt to redistribute wealth or level the economic playing field will inevitably infringe on individual liberty. Others counter that unbridled capitalism creates a system where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, undermining the very foundations of a just and equitable society. This tension between liberty and equality plays out in countless policy debates. Should we raise the minimum wage, even if it means some businesses might hire fewer workers? Should we provide universal healthcare, even if it means higher taxes and potentially longer wait times for some? Should we regulate campaign finance, even if it limits the amount of money individuals and corporations can spend to support their preferred candidates? These are tough questions, folks, with no easy answers. They force us to grapple with the trade-offs inherent in balancing individual freedom with the common good.